welcome back to our channel. Finally, we got the BMW back on the ground and running, and we were fortunate enough to get David over here from Desert Tech, and he's going to do some code reading on the car. We're going to get into the computer and start learning and seeing what kind of problems we're going to have to deal with so we can get those things taken care of before we start cutting this car apart. So David, hey, thanks for coming over tonight and working on this thing with us.
I've been doing BMWs for 30 years. It's really all I know how to do, so.
Well, you're going to be doing a BMW that's going to look like a Ford one day.
I can definitely help you out. So this is the AutoLogic machine. It's one of the best on the market. It scans every computer in the car. You can do programming, coding. If the dealer can do it, this machine does it. But with BMW, we just choose our model. It's going to tell us what year, make, and model, and engine and body style it is. And it's an E92 with an N54 engine. So like I say, we can pick individuals, but we kind of want to look at everything all at once. So we'll just do a quick test, which that's going to just talk to all the computers all at once. Yeah, so today we'll be able to get a snapshot of what's here. Then we can start the car, clear everything. Some codes are intermittent. You know, it may take a test drive or a day or two, you know, for it to pop back in. Some codes are going to be immediate. You know, we're going to know that, hey, we have a hard fault right here, right now. What can we do about it? All right, so obviously we've got lots of codes going on. Each one of these is a control unit, and then each of these tells you how many codes are in it. So we've got footwell module, you know, instrument cluster, DME, which that's the engine, kind of important. These also have a fuel pump controller, tire pressure, and then we've got on page 2 here, we can kind of take a look at the whole thing as one big picture. So we scroll through the footwell modules, saying that the reverse light is burned out, and it is. I noticed when you were pulling it in, the reverse light is burned out. One that says battery exhausted. Let's see here, instrument cluster. We've got one in here that says under voltage, over voltage. There again, that could have been a dead battery at some point. We also have fuel level sensor left and fuel level sensor right. I don't know if you've gone and filled it up with gas and does it actually go to full. You know, if you fill it up with gas and it only goes to half, well then most likely one of the 2 sending units is faulty. Got one for the alarm, voltage supply tampering. That can happen when it's dead. So as far as the engine goes, we've got 2 codes here. One that says power management, closed circuit, current violation. Well, anytime this has a smart battery system, so anytime that the system detects, hey, we're starting to lose voltage, it'll literally start shutting off certain things. They may not be things that you're going to visually see right away, like my radio or my headlights, but they might start shutting down a lot of behind the scenes electrical things that are happening to try to conserve and save every square inch of voltage left for the car to continue running. There again, at least in the engine, it doesn't seem like this engine has any serious issues. You know, the Vanos is working, the timing is right, you know, everything seems electrically working correctly. So, you know, maybe other than a couple of small oil leaks that you have, I mean, the engine, it's probably going to be very little work to really dial it in. And then we got one for the tire pressure system. It's saying that the right front transmitter is not working. So in a nutshell, you know, in the beginning it looks like, wow, we've got a lot of codes to deal with here, but the reality is probably not. I mean, we got 24 codes roughly in various systems. So at this point, like I say, what I want to do is I want to save this report. That way we just kind of have a baseline of where we're at. So now that we've saved everything, let's go ahead and just do a quick clear, which this is going to go ahead and clear the whole system out. And then we can start the car and find out, you know, is there anything happening right now? Like I said, a hard fault. Or it might have to be driven around, but now that you've got the suspension working, you can actually go drive it around a little bit and see what kinds of codes are going to come back that maybe we can address before we cut this up too much. So right now, no control unit contains any code. And then we'll back out of it. And then we're going to start the car for a minute. All right, so we'll have to let this spool up just for a minute. We do have a warning light for the brake and for the tire. So right away we see that, hey, some things have come back. Our list is smaller and there's not near as many fault codes. So we kind of look at those in a quick report. Meanwhile, I can go ahead and just shut it off. And let's see here. This one's still coming back with fuel pump motor current too high. Not really sure why. You know, we'll have to look into that just to make sure. And then it's also saying brake pad wear. Still saying fog lights. We don't really care.
Nope.
It's not going to be there, and we can code it out. So yeah, now after running it one more time, it's just giving me the tire pressure one. Dynamic stability control is probably going to be the brake pad wear.
Awesome.
So a lot of this stuff I think is really going to get ironed out with a battery. That's going to solve a lot of electrical problems. So I mean, this car's not plugged with a whole bunch of electrical problems. I mean, I get in a lot of cars sometimes, it starts, it drives, it gets A to B, but it looks like a Christmas tree. Everything is lit up. And a lot of times the customer doesn't care because it's like, well, I still get where I go.
Awesome.
Let's
Well,
go.
thanks so much, man. So, hey, you know what? If you guys are in the Arizona area, specifically Southern Arizona area, go check out David over at Desert Tech.
Desert Tech, I've been, like I said, been doing BMWs for close to 30 years now. We specialize in BMW, Mini, Volkswagens, and Audi, so definitely come and see us.
Right on. Awesome,
Thank you.
man. I really
Oh, you bet,
appreciate your
John.
time.